I am Darius. This is Sugarless, Christmas, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. Enjoy me. I'm guilt-free. Indulge. After KetoCon, I tended to run into a situation where I just want to talk. I have a couple informational videos I want to share with you guys, but for now, we have a recipe. I've made you wait long enough. So no longer. Here it is, my double chocolate chip keto skillet cookie. I know, I just kind of tossed this one in the air. All right, so some of your wet ingredients are, you know what? I'm gonna do dry first. Half a cup of almond flour, blanched almond flour, which means there's no husks of the almonds left inside of it. That's a key note. I've seen some people do that. I'm like, oh no, that's not the right flour, sweetheart. Did it cook right? 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 1/4 of a cup of sweetener. The website may have 1/3 cup, but 1/4 of a cup is just fine. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder or cacao powder. 1/2 teaspoon of beef gelatin or regular gelatin. Just remember, if you're using regular gelatin, make sure you press it out because beef gelatin is very similar to collagen, and you can use collagen in the place of the beef gelatin. But if you just want to use regular store-bought gelatin, that's fine as well. Just remember that you have to press it out because store-bought gelatin tends to clump itself together while it's still cold. 1/8 teaspoon of salt if you're using monk fruit. If you're using stevia, please don't add any more salt into it. 2 tablespoons of heavy cream for your wet. 1 egg, large to be exact. 1/2 teaspoon of either liquid monk fruit or liquid stevia. In this recipe, I highly recommend the monk fruit because stevia, when mixed with chocolate, it tends to stand out more. And when mixing with stevia, this produces sort of a saltiness. I don't know where the saltiness comes from, but it just does it. Monk fruit works very well. While at KetoCon, I got this liquid monk fruit with chocolate in it. Thank you for this one. And it worked phenomenal. I actually prefer liquid monk fruit over stevia. It just tends to get a little bit expensive over time. And lastly, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We can combine our dry and our wet, and then we're gonna put it in a skillet, or, well, I wonder what I call it, skillet. Well, I mean, it's a cast iron skillet. But anyway, about an 8-inch cast iron skillet. And we're gonna bake it at about 325, 330 for about 20 to 25 minutes. This in particular, I prefer to pull it out right when, if you look at it about 20 minutes and you see the middle is just slightly almost done, as soon as that crust over, go ahead and pull it out. This is the ideal temperature. But they'll give the ideal temperature and the ideal internal temperature of the actual cookie itself. It'll be super moist and it'll be, I mean, to be honest, it still holds itself together even if you wanted to scoop it out of there. Has great macros, as you will be able to see in the link in the description box for the actual recipe itself. Let's taste it. So this is like one of my new favorite desserts, easily hands down. Not only is it lower in calories, lower in almond flour, like, I mean, it just works out perfectly. And the thing I love about the skillet cookie is I don't have to worry about a hold. The cast iron pan is holding the cookie. So what this allows is me to use less flour, and it gives it a far more of a better texture. It's super moist, just overall delicious. And I mean, if you want to add some Rebel Creamy ice cream, I actually have a ranking, I'll put those in below. It just takes it to the next level. A quick tip though, I highly recommend using monk fruit. And even monk fruit chocolate if you can. Because stevia, what it tends to do is stevia mixed with this chocolate, or mixed with chocolate period, it tends to bring a saltiness. And with this being a double chocolate, it makes it extra salty. Or it gives the illusion of a saltiness. Well, I mean, not an illusion, I mean, it does taste salty. But see, the monk fruit doesn't do that. And if you're opposed to using Lily's chocolate chips, just I would recommend maybe tossing in maybe a 1/2 ounce, 1/4 to a 1/2 ounce of actually melted chocolate within the mixture to really richen that chocolate up. Because it is double chocolate, but I didn't want it to be a double dark chocolate. The cookie itself has a very milk chocolate feel to it. And then the chocolate chips, of course, they bring a darker aspect to it, but it actually balances itself out for a true chocolate lover. But for someone who just likes chocolate and doesn't care too much for a bitter chocolate, this will work just fine for you. I really wish I had some ice cream. Could have made that shot so much better. That's all I got for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Speaking of cookies, some of the very tips I learned to make this recipe taste and have the texture that it did, I learned while making my cookbook, King of Keto Desserts. I will actually stick, I am Darius, this is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. I'm not a chef, I'm an entertainer. Bye.